Creating Our Mental Health is a movement that believes that human emotional growth is vitally important to our ability to change the world. That critical to making Black Lives Matter is to create community, to build community in which caring for the lives of Black people, caring for the lives of people of color, for the lives of the poor, for the lives of Black trans people and the LGBTQ, for the lives and well-being of the dispossessed, that this is at the heart and soul of what we're doing and of social change and of what we want our democracy to be. Yes, the transformation of the world has to include the transformation of our emotional lives. What is the emotional impact of all the violence that occurs every day in our world, and the violence against people of color? For Black people, the experience of not being heard, of being invisible, is very common. The trauma and pain of the murder of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and so many, many others, the long and ongoing police violence extends beyond, even beyond the physical trauma, which is itself horrible and deadly, and it extends to emotional pain and intense fear and anxiety for many, many people. It is something that we as people have not had environments to express, to reveal. Together we can build environments to do that. From an inspiring Black woman, scientist, a sister and friend, Raquel Holmes, who is leading the creating of such environments. And she is stepping out to say, I am filled with a new emotion that comes with tears. I am filled with a new emotion that comes with tears. It was not possible to feel this before. We had not created the possibility for it to exist before. We have years and years of learning to be okay with knowing that our lives were considered less than others. Years of not looking directly at the constant threat of violence to our existence for being Black. America's most prominent proponent of nonviolence was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He wrote, and I quote, "The plantation and the ghetto were created by those who had power, both to confine those who had no power and to perpetuate their powerlessness. The problem of transforming the ghetto is, therefore, a problem of power, a confrontation between the forces of power demanding change and the forces of power dedicated to preserving the status quo," unquote. We are now confronting the forces of power dedicated to the status quo, to preserving the status quo. So let's create our power and transform the conditions of this world. The time is now.